Hey guys, this is Jaren. Welcome back to my channel. And today, we're gonna be unboxing and reviewing Maono's PD200X. So right now we are using Maono's PD100U, which I reviewed about a year ago, I believe. And now Maono has sent me the PD200X. Okay, disclaimer, just like my review from before with the PD100U, this will totally be my honest opinion about the product, and Maono didn't pay me to tell me what to say. Let's get on to it. So this is Maono's PD200X. It is a USB and an XLR podcast dynamic microphone. So before we begin, let's switch from the PD100U to the PD200X. In 3, 2, 1. And there you have it. So right now you are hearing the PD200X. So how does it sound? Does it sound better than the PD100U? It is better. So just as we left off from the PD100U, so I am using the USB-C connector. And like I said, this microphone is a USB and XLR microphone. So later we will be testing out the difference between using the USB-C and the XLR connectivity. And yeah, Maono's PD200X is specially designed for podcasters, streamers, and content creators like me. So it has outstanding audio quality, and I would like to emphasize this. It has really good noise isolation. I have a strong fan right here, and the microphone is moving from the shock mount. I'll comment on about the shock mount later. And yeah, this microphone is packed with a lot of features. So the great thing about this microphone with being a USB and an XLR microphone is that it allows it to be used through a lot of mobile devices, laptops, phones, as well as for XLR connectivity through professional work with podcasts, PC, audio interfaces. It also has a 2-in-1 knob, which is pretty unique in my opinion. It also has a custom built shock mount, which is already attached out of the box with a microphone, and the wind foam, which really reduces unwanted noise. This is actually pretty cool and pretty easy thing to remove, which I really appreciate. And look at the RGB though. Yeah, another cool thing about the wind foam is it's pretty thick with 10 T's. As you can see, if I shine a light on it from my previous microphones, it doesn't get as thick as this, and I actually like it, which really affects performance, as you may have heard already. So this microphone also has an application for both PC and Mac, so we'll get into the software later. So yeah, this microphone features a dynamic capsule, a mute button, shock mount, programmable RGB lights, built-in wind foam, a cardioid polar pattern, all metal body, a Maono Link App, and the mic gain and headphone volume control. Alright, so now we are gonna move on to some tech specs. As a dynamic microphone, this supports a cardioid polar pattern, which means it picks up most of the sound from here up top. Not over here, not over here, not here, not there, but here. So this helps a lot with noise cancellation. So any noise from here, everywhere around here doesn't get picked up. That's why my strong ass fan isn't really getting picked up, which is great. But you can probably kind of hear it when I'm talking, because of course. So this microphone is actually a 24-bit microphone and has a sample rate of 48 kilohertz, a frequency response of 40 hertz to 16 kilohertz, and has this much sensitivity through USB and through XLR. And here is the max SPL. So now we have cleared up all of the basics and specifications of the microphone. We can now proceed with the good stuff, my time with the microphone. So we are gonna be testing out the 2-in-1 smart knob, which is over here. So like I said, this controls the sound of the microphone and the sound of the headphones. So now we are gonna be attaching, so we are gonna be using SimGhost in-ear monitors. I have reviewed this, and if you are interested, the links are in the description and you would wanna tap over here. So we're just gonna be plugging in one. Nope, we're gonna be plugging in both. Here is the 2-in-1 smart knob. So this is the volume for the microphone. And while I'm talking, I will try and reduce the volume and then come back to it when it is maximum. And to know when you're at the maximum volume, it will glow twice. So now we are gonna be testing out with adjusting the headphone volume. So tap, and right now it's on headphone mode. Of course, it will only affect my in-ear monitors since I'm using the headphone. And now we're gonna be removing it. So yeah, that is actually nice to have if you wanna hear how you sound when talking to the microphone, which is really nice. And as you may have heard, every tap I did on the smart knob could be heard on the microphone itself. Any taps around the microphone. So yeah, it kind of picks it up, but it's very minimal in my opinion. So another cool thing about this microphone is that above the smart knob, a mute button. So right now, of course, we are unmuted. So when we tap to mute, so what I said was, when you tap it to mute, the light from the smart knob glows red. And of course, tapping it to unmute puts it back to green. Pretty cool implementation, in my opinion. That was actually one of my comments from reviewing the PD100U, that it didn't have a physical way to mute the microphone other than toggling the volume until you are completely muted. So another cool thing about this microphone, which is really important, is the RGB. If you know me, I actually love RGB. Well, not that much anymore, but I still like having it. So yeah, you may have seen it glowing the whole time. It also has a ton of different colors, which you can switch to 8 or 9 colors. But if you are a boomer, you can actually turn it off with pressing the RGB button for 2 seconds. And yeah, no more RGB for you, boomer. I'm just kidding, of course. I actually kind of like it without the light. You wanna see a cooler and you wanna see something cooler? Like I said, this wind foam is pretty easy to remove, and to my surprise, when I remove it, wait, I like blue. Are you ready? So also, this is the best time to test out and hear how it sounds without the wind foam. You might be hearing so much noise right now. Yeah, that's because I actually took off the wind foam. And look at that, it's so cool. Okay, we're bringing it back. So I actually like how easy it is to remove the wind foam, and you can see how the light integration is, which is pretty cool as well. And also, we are using the USB-C connector, and as you may have seen on my unboxing, it is pretty long. It actually measures at 8.2 feet. That's longer than me. So while we are in the USB-C, we're gonna have a small plosive test and how it handles plosives. This is a plosive test for the PD200X. Peter Pekka Pick up Peppers. I don't even know what's next. Great. Professional reviewer, by the way. That was a small dumb plosive test for me. Right now we're gonna be comparing it with USB-C and XLR connectivity. So right now we are using the USB-C connector. It is on max volume. I am about 5 to 6 inches away from the microphone. Here is the mic test. Hello. And we will now be transitioning to XLR connectivity. Okay, so right now it is on the XLR connector and connected to my sound controller. So yeah, this is how it sounds. Same distance, max volume on everything. As you can see, it is not lighting up because if you do want the RGB functioning with the XLR, you're gonna need to plug it in both. You only need the XLR connector for the microphone itself, but you do need to connect the USB-C at the same time if you want the RGB as well as the buttons that are on the microphone. Let's get back to the video. That was the comparison between the USB-C and the XLR connectivity for the PD200X. This microphone also has an app, which is the Maono Link App. So let's boot it up right now. So the Maono Link App actually has a ton of features. So it supports a lot of controls for your microphone. Now we're at the standard. You can mute the microphone, adjust the gain, as well as headphone volume. You also have a tone tab. So there are 4 tones. Right now we're deep, original, what you're hearing for quite a while now, and natural. We also have a legacy. And of course, you can control your RGB as well from the Maono Link App. So you can turn it off, on, adjust the brightness, and pick any color available you want. We also have an advanced tab, which has a lot more controls on the equalizer on how the microphone would perform. So basically the same, but we now have an equalizer which is flat, a high pass filter, presence boost, and high pass filter and presence boost at the same time. You can also customize this in a custom equalizer tab. I'll just confirm, and we're gonna be going back to flat. There's also a limiter and a compressor, which you can use both at the same time, so you can adjust them as well. And that Maono Link App, which is a really good thing that they have a software for this. This is also the first time that I have a microphone that has a dedicated application for it. That's mostly everything that the microphone offers. And right now, I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons of the microphone. Pros. This is actually the best microphone that I have right now. Like I said, I'm not getting paid by Maono to say this. I did have comments from Maono's microphone before and they listened, and here it is. So I am really happy on how this microphone turned out. This is my most premium, best sounding microphone yet. It has a ton of features, a lot actually, besides having a dedicated application for it. I mean, what else could you ask for? The wind foam is really impressive in my opinion. It's really thick, and yeah, if you are a starting YouTuber, if you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to start a podcast with your friends, even professionally, be a streamer, can't go wrong with this mic. I mean, it's really worth it. This is definitely gonna be my go-to mic right now. I am still gonna be testing it out a lot more, but with my time with it, I personally believe that this has more pros than cons. As a designer and as someone that loves design in general, I am not the biggest fan of the design. If you're familiar with my reviews, I always go for the design first. I don't want to sway you guys in that negative part first. I'm not a fan of the design. With the price range that it is in, I am kind of expecting a more premium looking device. I mean, it is premium looking, don't get me wrong. It does look kind of a bit like plastic, even though it isn't. Other than that, for me as a casual user, this is actually perfect. If my opinion says that the design is a flaw, kind of personal preference, which doesn't really affect the performance of the mic whatsoever, it doesn't take away how good it is and how worth it is. That's just a personal opinion of mine. I'm a bit choosy on that aspect. I actually like how the Maono PD200U looked. It looked really premium, solid metal everywhere. I'd give this microphone a 9 out of 10. I think I rated the PD200U an 8 or an 8.5. This is a 9. It's just a design for me. So I have talked to my friends using this and they actually prefer this over all the microphones that I have. So thank you so much to Maono for sending me the PD200X. I will keep on using it. This is really good for professional work as well. If you guys do have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed this microphone and I'll see you guys very soon. Ciao.